Okay, hear me out. I don't think Dee Dee Blanchard was a bad mother. She got pregnant with this guy. He left her. He dipped. Apparently, Rod was doing drugs and an alcoholic at the time of, like, Gypsy's conception. He got Christy pregnant at the same time that Dee Dee got pregnant, right? So he got two ladies knocked up at the same time. He was dealing with drugs and alcohol. He cheated on Dee Dee. He dipped on her to raise Gypsy by herself. And the story is, Rod didn't want to see Gypsy. It's not because, oh, well, I couldn't find her. Allegedly, Dee Dee was begging Rod to come and see Gypsy. Begging him to be in the picture. He did not pay child support. He did not do any type of visitation. So Dee Dee was a single mom. And not only was she a single mom, she was a single mom of a baby that had microdeletions and had all of these medical issues, which is expensive as fuck. Having a child with zero issues by herself and raising a child with zero issues as a single mom is already hard as fuck. Now add a shitload of medical bills on top of that. I really think Dee Dee was just doing her best. Yes, she committed massive amounts of fraud and conned a shitload of people and stole, but in her position, she didn't know what else to do. She had no help from anyone. She was just trying to make sure that Gypsy had a good life, and she had things that Dee Dee couldn't provide for her. Dee Dee had the bright idea that if, we exaggerate these issues that she has, and also if we come up with more issues, we're gonna get free shit. And they did. They got trips to Disney, I believe 3 times a year for 2 weeks at a time. They got a house. They got a car. They got so many things because of Gypsy's illnesses and fake illnesses. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying to commit fraud. Committing fraud is wrong, but would she have gotten 3 trips to Disney? Would she have gotten any trips to Disney if Dee Dee hadn't committed fraud? Like, she would not have had as good of a childhood as she had if Dee Dee wouldn't have committed fraud. And there's a video on here, I can't find it again, but Dee Dee let Gypsy have boyfriends. Nick wasn't the first boyfriend. Dan wasn't the first boyfriend that Gypsy had. There's literally a video of Dee Dee saying, oh, Gypsy and Nick are just so in love. She let Gypsy date. That's the fucked up part. People are like, oh, she did it because she wanted to date people. She wanted to grow up. She was already dating people. Well, Gypsy wanted to walk. She did it because she was kept in a wheelchair her entire life, all the time. She never knew she could walk. First of all, she knew she could walk. Second of all, she did walk. There were blankets covering the windows so she could walk around the house freely without neighbors seeing her. There was dust on the wheelchair, and there was no, tracks or space for a wheelchair to get through in the home. At the time of the murder, Dee Dee was extremely sick. She was very far along in her diabetes diagnosis. She had gout. She had a heart condition that she had since she was a kid. This girl was fucked up and sick. She was in bed. There was no reason for Gypsy to do it other than she didn't want the con to stop, and she wanted to just do whatever the fuck she wanted, I guess. Dee Dee wanted to stop the con. She's like, I'm too fucking sick. I can't keep doing this. Gypsy's growing up. I can't make her a little girl forever, obviously. We gotta end it. And that's what Gypsy didn't want, because Gypsy was getting a whole bunch of free shit and money out of it. And attention, when we all know that she loves fucking attention. And again, every single medical procedure that Gypsy had done, every surgery, was because she needed it. None of them were done that weren't needed. So Dee Dee wasn't medically abusing her. I genuinely think Dee Dee did the best that she could. Did she do it the right way? Fuck no. But also, fuck Rod, because he wanted nothing to do with her. He wanted to go be with a younger chick, start a whole other family, and take care of them, and not even give a shit about Gypsy until she got out and was making a shitload of money. As soon as they saw the dollar signs, they're like, oh, Gypsy, we missed you so much. We looked for you. No, you didn't. Not to mention, Gypsy had a lot of toys and stuffed animals. She got a lot out of her childhood. She went on trips. She had plenty of kid-like things and experiences. I've never been to Disney ever. Or Universal Studios, which I'm trying to go in October, but I don't even know if that's going to happen. She had a pretty fucking good childhood. To mention, there was zero mention of abuse until Gypsy got with her lawyer, and that's the story that they created to spin, so she wouldn't spend her entire life in prison. She was not abused. The real reason that Gypsy murdered Dee Dee is because her and Dee Dee were both about to be under major investigation for fraud. So she wanted to kill Dee Dee, run away, so she didn't get caught up in that. But instead, she did something way fucking worse. But since we spun a really good story, she got out in 8 years and is making millions. The whole story, the lie, the fabrication of abuse was to pull at everyone's heartstrings, to make everyone feel sympathy for her, to see her as a person and not some random bitch that murdered her mother. It was a manipulation tactic, and guess what? It worked then, and it's still working now. But seriously, going back to Rod, all of y'all want to villainize Dee Dee. Where was Rod? He got another bitch pregnant, ran off and went and raised that family, and did not give a shit about Gypsy until dollar signs came through. And I'm not sure how Gypsy's not seeing this, or maybe she knows, but the stipulations of her parole is that she has to live with them because they are her parents, or Rod is. And so she's like, okay, I'm making money, you're making money, like, let's all be fucking besties, make money together, and then whenever I'm off parole, like, it's fuck y'all. Maybe, I don't know. Because remember, whenever Gypsy lived with Ryan, Gypsy can't get paid for her crimes. So all the money that she made from the show, all of that was put in Ryan's account. It was wired to Ryan. He was the one that got paid, and then Gypsy got broke off behind the scenes. Now, all the money that Gypsy's making that's not from like TikTok is going to Christy and in Christy's accounts. So Gypsy has to play nice so that Gypsy can get her money. I genuinely feel like the more that time goes on, the more stuff is going to come out about this family, and those who still aren't seeing what we're seeing are going to be woken up, and they're gonna be like, oh shit, like, this is actually fucking insane, and I was wrong this whole time. But only time will tell. I know damn well I cannot be the only person that is seeing this stuff, right? I'm not the only one that thinks this about Dee Dee. I damn sure can't be the only one that thinks Rod is some fucked up ass scammer that's only in it for the money. Like, I can't be the only one. Let me know in the comments, because that's just too suspicious. As always, thank you guys so much for watching my videos and supporting me. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see y'all next time.